Steel City. Is everybody ready to go? Let's proclaim the greatest radio show.
Welcome everybody to another episode of The Spread. I'm your host Jim Sella, in studio with our senior college analyst Big Easy and our senior baseball analyst Jay Dash. How you guys feeling?
Very well.
Living the dream?
Living the dream, man. This is where I want to be. This is what it's all about, right?
You sound more excited than a kid in a candy store.
Warm in the studio tonight.
It is definitely warm.
Needs to be.
It's 5 degrees outside. We're going to talk a little AL left fielders today, correct?
Yep, that's what we're doing.
Let's get into it.
The rankings.
All right, we're going to start at 15 and move our way up to number 1. Do you want to start it off easy?
Yeah, I'm a rookie at this, and we'll start off with a rookie.
There
Jake Smolinski.
Is he related to Brian Smolinski, who played for the Penguins?
Who knows? Look it up, man.
Maybe.
Your computer might blow up if you do that.
Probably going to.
Jake Smolinski, he's a 26-year-old Texas Ranger.
Plays for the Texas Rangers.
He had 349 and with a 391 on-base percentage, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs in his debut, his short rookie debut.
Yeah, just 86 at-bats. But if you go back and look at his minor league numbers, he had just a 263 average. And although the 354 on-base percentage ain't bad, but he has not much pop, not much speed. His walk rate isn't bad, but really, the 263 average, there's no way he's going to hit 350 in the pros. I doubt he even hits 250.
It's not a coincidence that you see like most of the beatest teams are down towards the end of the rankings with all these player rankings. You know what I mean?
Please
You
believe.
usually don't have.
I mean, he has some upside. It's not like
Rangers,
he
fell
has no
apart.
chance of being good. But I'm sure Texas Ranger fans aren't truly excited about this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's never been a top prospect or anything. So we'll have to see what happens. But I wouldn't expect the numbers that he put up in his 86 at-bats last season. At number 14, we're going to go with Jake Marisnick from the Astros. He's going to be turning 24 before the season starts. He came up in the Marlins system. He hit 248 last year with a 281 on-base percentage, so there's nothing great there. He has a little bit of speed. He had 11 stolen bases, just 221 at-bats. He only played in 105 career games. But really, his minor league stats, his on-base percentage ain't bad, but his average is never going to be up around 300. He only hit 280 in the minors. So I'm guessing that's going to drop a little bit in the pros even when he's at his best.
Yeah, and that move, I think generally that move to the American League for the Astros hurts them as a team. So, like, down at the bottom of the list here, we have an Astro, we have a bad team. We have a guy.
Astros are garbage.
We have a guy
They're
who,
worse than the Pirates, and I hate the Pirates.
you don't know. You'll never know.
They have money, too. They have to have money. They made the most money in Major League Baseball history a couple years ago because of a huge TV contract, and they put no money on the field because they had these prospects or whatever. But they better get good fast because they definitely made a ton of money.
And someone who's not making too much money, a dual threat here at 13. We got Craig Gentry and Sam Fuld, both in their 30s.
You got to be a fool to think Sam Fold's going to get you to the promised land.
For the Oakland A's.
Wait, don't they have Coco Crisp?
Yeah,
Crisp,
he's
he's
35 too, so they're left field and center field. They're old. Those three are going to be playing left field and center field pretty much. Sam Fuld ain't going to
They're
play
all
center.
three going to play at the same time?
No, they're going to mix in between them. Crisp is probably the best one out of the three.
I thought because they were all so old that they would just let them all three play left field at the same time.
Yeah, dead wrong.
You could have right center and left center fielders like softball.
Yeah, just create a new position, be 10 in the outfield.
Yeah, we mentioned Gentry in our center fielder segment, actually. He hit 254 last season with a 319 on-base percentage. No jacks. He does have speed, 20 stolen bases, just 232 at-bats. He came over from Texas. He only has 901 career at-bats, so he can actually still show some improvement, even though he is 31 years old, and his speed probably will decline, which is his best asset. Now, Fuld, he looked good for Minnesota last season. He was hitting 274 with a 370 on-base percentage, had 12 stolen bases. and 26 walks in 164 bats. And then they traded him over to Oakland, and he hit just 209 and had a 275 on base percentage. And he looked terrible. So I really think they're going to go with Gentry to start, but I don't know why they tried to get Sam Fold last season. That's pretty much why they missed the playoffs. One of the main reasons. I mean, they lost. Who'd they lose? Cespedes. Yeah.
Well, what about number 12, Alejandro De Aza? This is another old dude. Plays for the Orioles. He had an average offensive season last year.
Yeah, he's been pretty decent over the past few years. Actually, last year was a little bit of a down year for him compared to his previous years. He hit 252. His on-base percentage ain't very good at 314. A little bit of pop. He hit 8 home runs in 477 at-bats, but his best asset is his speed. He had 17 stolen bases. In 122 games with the White Sox last year, he was hitting 243, but when he was traded over to the Orioles, he hit 293 in 20 games.
I think if I gave Big Easy a case of beer, he could hit 8 home runs in a season. What do you think, Easy?
162 games, just 8?
I think he
Just
could hit more than 8.
Yeah, I'd be able to.
Hit 35, maybe?
If I could wake up in the morning and be able to walk to the baseball field and be able to swing the bat, I'll be happy, man. Real quick, what's better, the bullpen pitcher or the DH? Like, what would you rather be?
I'd rather be a bad bullpen pitcher that just sits there and never gets in.
But still gets the money.
What about
Please
backup
believe.
quarterback for like a franchise quarterback like Tom Brady or Peyton Manning? That's the easiest job ever. You never play.
No, you still got to go to practice and take harassment from all them boys.
That's all right. Millions of dollars, my friend.
We got off topic.
But yeah, back to De Aza real quick. Like I said, it was a down season for him last year compared to his stats the previous years. In 2013, he had 17 home runs and 20 stolen bases. So if he can get back to that with the Orioles, they're sitting pretty in left field.
Beat nuts.
Right above him at 11 here, we have Dustin Ackley, 27 years old for the Seattle Mariners. Pretty mediocre stats, 245 average, 293 on base percentage, 14 home runs, 65 RBIs, 64 runs, and only 8 stolen bases. I like 65 RBIs. That ain't bad.
And 502 at bats, so he played a full season. His
Where does he bat in the lineup, too? You know, if you're
Right.
number 2 guy, you're not getting too many RBIs.
Well, listen, this guy was a top prospect at one point, top 25. He was the second overall pick in 2009, but he really never lived up to all the hype. This 14 home runs he had this past season, was the most of his career. He did improve his K rate a little bit, but his walk rate dropped as well, so he really didn't improve much, and he's just never lived up to what everybody thought he would be. The Mariners are going to give him one more chance. I'm going to give him another chance, too. If not, I would have put De Aza ahead of him. Number 10, Michael Saunders for the Blue Jays. He spent 2009 to 2014 with Seattle, so he's coming over here and starting fresh with a new team. He's 28 years old. He had a pretty decent season last year, and he has 5-tool potential, but he's always injured. He hit 273 with a 341 on base percentage last season, which is nice. Just the 8 home runs. He usually hits more than that if he can stay on the field. But like I said, look, 231 at bats. If you put that into a full season, he getting close to 20. And he has speed too, like I was saying. He had 19 home runs and 21 stolen bases in 139 games in 2012. But he averages just 92 games per season.
Needs to step up his game.
Do you know the 5 tools?
The 5 tools.
The 5.
Dylon, 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 and Dylon. I spit hot fire.
You're dead wrong.
I like Toronto.
Are they good?
They're in there with Boston, the
Boston.
Yankees,
Orioles.
Rays, and the Orioles. All 4 of them teams are beast.
Sounds like the AFC North.
I mean, they had, they're perennial. I mean, maybe not
The Blue
last year.
Jays are trying to
Boston
get better.
failed.
They brought over Josh Donaldson
have to
to
get
play
better.
third
They'll
base,
never
but
win.
they did get rid of Brett Lowry.
Number 9 here, we have Josh Hamilton, 34 years old.
I think him and Johnny Manziel became friends in rehab.
I highly doubt it. Josh Hamilton would never like him.
263 last year, 331 on base, 10 pops, 44 ribbies, 43 runs. He was just a disappointment, right?
Yeah.
He's garbage. I mean, for the money they pay him, he's garbage.
He only played 89 games last season, so he was
So he's a sissy,
hurt again.
too.
He's expected to miss the start of this season with a shoulder surgery, so he's just beat to me. He hit 250 and 263 in 2 seasons with the Angels.
But 15 through 10, those guys are worse, though, huh?
I believe so. I mean,
Yeah.
Josh Hamilton it's 2 years removed from being a good player.
I know, so you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, if he can just get healthy, get back on the field, and start K-ing less, man, you got to hit that breaking ball.
Do something. He's not Pedro Cerrano.
But until Hamilton comes back, they're going to go with Matt Joyce and Cowgill as platoon partners.
You love that platoon.
You love the platoon.
I hate the platoon. It's the stupidest thing ever. Get one guy that's good enough to play the position.
You at least like the movie, right?
I did like the movie. Johnny Drama's in that movie.
Yeah, that is true.
I never figured out how to
He looks the same as he does
play
now.
that game on Nintendo.
Yeah, the game sucked for
I
Nintendo.
never figured it out. What were you supposed to do? Just keep walking?
It's like
Number-
a Friday the 13th
Let's
game.
move on from
Yeah,
Josh
I knew that
Hamilton.
one.
Number 8, we're going to go with Oswaldo Arcia. He turns just 24 in May, and he already got 723 at-bats under his belt in the big leagues, so he may show more improvement than what he's already shown us, because he hit just 231 last season, had a 300 on-base percentage, but he hit 20 jacks and 372 at-bats. If he can show improvement and cut down on the K rate, a little bit more walks, this guy could turn into a very good outfielder. I mean, just look at his minor league numbers. He hit 314, had a 375 on base percentage, hit 68 jacks, and his K rate wasn't bad. He had a good walk rate.
Was that in AAA or AA, or do they combine those
That's
stats?
well, it's a minor league career, so it's probably rookie ball the whole way up.
Okay. I was unaware. That was a real question.
Please believe. But really, if he repeats this 231 average and he can't hit 20 homers again, he should be lower on this list, really. Really, he needs to pick up his average no matter what, or he should be lower on this list. But I think he's going to have a better season than he did last year.
So
Roiding
that's
up.
going out on a limb there with putting Sousa up there.
Sticking your neck out.
I mean, yeah, but who got more potential than him below him? Not too many people, I guess.
You talking about our number 7 guy here, Steven Souza?
Yeah.
Yeah, he turns 26 in April.
Do
Yeah,
you send these guys birthday cards?
no, I'm just letting the people know how old they are.
All right, man. I was just curious because you always know when everybody's birthday is, so I just thought maybe you
Well, I write it down if the birthday's coming up soon. I say he's going to be 26 in April.
Okay, so
So you know this is his age 26 season. If I said he was 26, I'm lying.
I just thought you wanted us to wish him a happy birthday during that month.
Well,
when
if
we
you
were doing
want
the
to,
spread.
go follow him on Facebook. I
Yeah,
bet
Steven
you'll get
Souza,
an alert.
You could follow us on Twitter at bet_the spread. We'll wish you a happy birthday, man.
Become friends with Jim Sella on Facebook, and then you can know his birthday.
Yes, it is a fun day.
It's somebody's birthday today.
Anyway, Steven Souza, you're saying I'm going out on a limb here? I mean, last season he got a quick look. He went 3 for 23 with 2 jacks, 3 walks, and 7 Ks. That was with the Nationals. Now he's playing for the Rays. He was traded in the Will Myers deal when Tampa got rid of him. Look at his AAA numbers last season. He hit 350 with a 432 on base percentage, 18 jacks, 25 stolen bases. And that's just in 346 at bats. So this guy might have clicked something on last year. Yeah, he didn't do well in 23 at bats in the bigs, but you can't really tell from there. Those numbers in the minors, though, is what impresses me.
Yeah.
Even though when you look at his career numbers in the minors, he hit just 260. Even though the on-base percentage was still pretty decent. But sometimes the guys are just young and it doesn't all click for them, you know what I mean? And then it finally clicks, and maybe it did for him last season.
Get some young blood. What about Brett Gardner? Another old guy, plays for the Yankees.
Yep, number 6.
256 average, 327 on base percentage, 17 jacks. That's respectable.
Yeah,
Not bad.
and he has good speed too. 21 stolen bases. He used to still up in the 40s, but he's getting older now. He has a good walk rate. His K rate isn't terrible, In 2010 and 2011, he had 96 stolen bases combined in those 2 seasons. So obviously his speed did fall off. But that 17 home runs is a surprise to me, because in any other season before that last year, his highest was 8.
8 is great.
Better check the bat for cork.
Yeah, he might be doing steroids.
I want to make it official. I hate the Yankees. I hate them all except for I enjoy. Derek Jeter was a good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, please don't hate on Jeter.
Derek Jeter was a real.
He got shot in the leg in the other guys.
He was real. Derek Jeter is one of the best baseball players I've ever seen, but I hate the Yankees. Brett Gardner, if he don't get it done, they'll bring someone else in who can.
They'll just buy they'll buy another franchise, strip all their players, and then sell them to a minor league.
Believe it. They'll bring in.
Yankees are thugs.
But let's bring it. Let's break it down here.
Well, number
Top five.
I actually know who Melky Cabrera is, and I'm surprised to see him playing for the White Sox. How long has he been there?
Exactly 0 years. This
Okay.
is his first year with the team. And he's still a good hitter, even though he's already got busted doing steroids.
I don't give a crap.
He's going to be turning 31 this season. He hit 300 last year, which is nice. 351 on base percentage, very good. 16 home runs. His speed went down a little bit, just 6 stolen bases, but this dude's a good hitter, and he has been for a while. Like I was saying, look, 67 Ks and 568 at bats. That's ridiculous. That's why he's so good.
Patience.
In front of that, gonna be hitting in front of that beast too. That other dude.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be hitting in front of Abreu.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna increase his run total for sure.
Dude's blowing up. If you're looking for fantasy baseball tip, you might have the guy right there.
But listen, he hit 300 in 3 of the past 4 seasons. So this guy's been consistent.
Melky.
That's why he's number 5 on the list, and not 15 like
him down.
Smolinski.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 4, we're going to go with Alex Gordon.
Gold Glover.
Who else was in that? Oh, guys above this, correct?
Double OG.
Cespedes and Brantley.
Yes, and you didn't hear their names yet, so they must be somewhere. Correct? We just gave it away.
It's all right, man.
Who?
We'll be all right. Who?
Yeah.
What?
Easy wasn't listening to anything.
Yeah, anyways, let's get back to Alex Gordon. Kansas City fans are probably mad at me. They want him to be higher, I am guessing.
If you were a Pittsburgh fan and McCutcheon was ranked 4, wouldn't you be mad?
Yes, please believe.
All right.
But that's because he's better than any of these guys on this list.
I love Hanley.
But Gordon, he turned 31 just 3 days ago, so if you want to wish someone a happy birthday, go to Alex Gordon now.
There you go.
Probably give him a
Hit him up.
belated happy birthday.
Tweet him at double OG, Gold Glover.
He hit 266 last season. His on-base percentage is always pretty good. 351 last season. 19 home runs, 12 stolen bases. His RBIs and runs are there. That average and on-base percentage is pretty much consistent with his career numbers. But if you go back and look at his 2011 and 2012 seasons, he hit 303 and 294, so everybody thought this guy took a huge step forward and he was going to be a beast. But then over the past 2 seasons, he hit just 265 and 266, so he pretty much went back to his norm.
Hitting some jacks, though. Doesn't strike. Well, I guess 126 is a little bit too much.
No, it ain't too bad with 563 at bats. I mean, you could ask
100
for
would be
lower
nice,
results, but
yeah.
he's getting it done on the base pass. He's getting it done with the power. He's just a smart player.
The one thing, and I know strikeouts, you could take pitchers to full counts, so you could still work the count and strike out. But
Right.
one of the big things, you want to work the pitcher, and a lot of players don't do that like they used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to get that starter out of there as fast as you can. If you can get his pitch count high, you can get him out of there. So you got to be patient at the plate. It's not as prevalent in baseball as it used to be. But I guess that slows down the game, and that's not what people want anymore.
Yeah. They should make it 1 strike, 1 ball. You just go up and throw a pitch, and whatever happens is what happens.
That's it. You either hit the ball, get
Go.
out, or get walked.
Go.
All right,
Dude,
some people
dudes
might
would
be
probably
ba-
get smoked. So if they did that with Randy Johnson on the mound, he would just be like,
The game would be over in like 25
Yeah.
minutes.
Just straight 100-mile-an-hour fastballs.
I'd like to see what happens. Anyways, let's move on to number 3.
top 3.
My favorite player on this list.
I like him too. He's one of my favorite players. But the problem is
He plays for Boston.
should he be ranked here? I'd rank him number 1 if it was based on just hitting. But since you got to go fielding too, I don't even know if this guy can play left field. He's never done it before. He's never played one game in the outfield. We're talking about Hanley Ramirez. Did anyone even mention that yet?
I don't think so.
No.
But I said he played for Boston.
Yeah, so I'm sure everybody knew.
Yes. I didn't know he was moving to left field until I read your list, though.
Yeah, he wasn't a very good shortstop. So
Might
is
as
he
well
going to be a
ship
good
him off
left,
to left field, right?
I guess.
You
He's
suck in the infield,
Well,
get to
because
the
he's
outfield.
hobbling around. You can't hobble around at shortstop. Now they put him where you could just like
You got to have quickness like Jordy Mercer.
not in
Cat-like
Boston
reflexes.
in left field in Boston. He's going to be just standing there with a giant wall behind him. He'll be good. He ain't going to have
Believe
to
it.
move.
Just stand there,
That's
catch
probably
the ball,
why they're
throw it
moving
in.
him to left field. And he's just going to smoke balls off of it when he's at bat too.
He's had double-digit home runs and double-digit stolen bases in all 9 seasons played. So he's been consistent in categories like that. But his speed has dropped off. I mean, he used to. I think there was 2 seasons in a row he had something like 50 stolen bases, but now he's usually in the teens. But if you go look at his average, you never know what you're going to get out of him. Starting in 2009 through last year, look at these averages. He hit 342, 300, 243, 257, 345, and 283.
Probably hurt.
No, it went-
yeah, he's hurt a lot.
It went steroids, nothing, steroids.
Hurt. Yeah.
Juiced maybe half the year.
Corked bat.
Yeah, cork bat.
The one plus for me, he played for the Dodgers. That's a pitcher stadium. Now he's going to Boston. He might be able to have a
Boston.
huge year.
Yeah.
I just worry about defensively, and that's why I wouldn't mind if you put Alex Gordon ahead of him.
Well, who's their DH? It's still, what's his name, Ortiz, right?
Yeah.
So what if Ortiz retires after this year? You can just move Ramirez to DH, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest it because I have him on my fantasy team.
Okay. What about the top 2?
Yeah. At top 2 here, we got Yoenis Cespedes. He's going to squad up with the Detroit Tigers this year. He hit 260 with a 301 on base percentage with 100 RBIs last year. That's nice.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, you could ask for a little bit better average in on-base percentage. He doesn't take many walks. His K rate isn't terrible. But like you said, the 100 RBIs, you can't ask for nothing more than that. And that average, that's really on pace with his career numbers. When you go back and look at his rookie season, he hit 292 and had a 356 on-base percentage, and everybody thought this guy was going to be a monster. But still, his power's there. That 22 home runs last season was his lowest out of his 3-year career.
And he definitely has the best arm.
Well, I read in Double XL magazine he's trying
any
to
outfielder.
squad up with Eminem and Slaughterhouse and become a rapper. Dual threat guy.
Really?
Listen, did you see
You're dead wrong.
him throw that ball? He was when he played for the A's. He was in left field. He went running, and he grabbed that ball and he threw it the whole way from the corner of the outfield, straight to home plate. Dude.
Believe it.
Gunned that dude down.
Dude's beast. That's why when he got traded last year, Gallagher said he was garbage.
You're completely dead wrong. I said the A's were garbage because they traded him.
It's not what I remember.
I said the A's were going to fall apart. And what happened?
They won the championship
Yeah,
in our
that-
hearts.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's still mad.
Jonas.
Jonas, you're only number 2 though, buddy. You didn't
Yeah, he
get
was a
number
Gold
1.
Glove candidate last year. He didn't win, like we said. Alex Gordon won, and our number 1 guy was also a Gold Glove candidate. Correct?
Good go, Brantley. Believe it. He's only 28, or he'll be 28 in
Brantley.
May.
Yeah, Michael Brantley,
Playing for your favorite team, right?
Please believe. Love
the Cleveland Indians. He hit 327 last year with a 385 on base percentage. It was a breakout year for him. He hit 97 RBI and 94 runs, 20 jacks, 23 stolen bases. He's a 5-tool guy, like you said. He was a Gold Glove candidate. So he does it all, and I expect the same thing out of him this year. Maybe not a 327 average. That's asking a little much out of someone from year to year, but he can stay up around 300. I mean, just look at his walk rate and his K rate. His walk rate is pretty consistent with good baseball players, but his Ks is just off the charts. 56 Ks and 611 at bats. Especially when you can hit 20, you have the power to hit 20 jacks. You know what I mean? Like, guys that don't K a lot, they're not power guys because they're trying to make contact. This dude's knocking the ball out of the park.
Did the Indians sign him or did they draft him?
He's been with the Indians, I believe. He was with them the past few years. I actually had him on my fantasy team 2 years ago, and he was pretty good. He was averaging good points for me, but not beast points. And then I just dropped him.
Threw him to the wind.
Yep, I dropped him. I was looking for younger players like a Billy Hamilton.
Dude's 28, you want younger guys.
Yeah, well, it's a keeper league. We started from scratch pretty much. Like, I joined my buddy's team. His team was old as crap, and there was like 12 other teams in the league, you know what I mean? So it's not I could just take whoever I want. So I had to start from scratch, and I went from the minors up.
All right, Neil Huntington.
Well, he gets it done. He showed me the way.
No. No.
What do you mean,
Well, on
though?
that note-
Everybody always hating on the Pirates and loving them win. Makes no sense to me.
I don't care when they win.
Well, I understand your hate,
I
Drew, because
like
you're just a
baseball,
hater.
but I'm not. I could care less about management.
Well, management's why they're like they are.
They just got lucky.
Garbage.
They got lucky.
Pirates should trade for Michael Brantley. This dude's a beast. Give up Polanco for him now.
Well, that wraps up our AL left fielder segment. I want to thank you guys for coming in studio. Thank you, fans, for listening. You guys can follow us on Twitter at bet_the_spread. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. Peace.